What's up, everybody? Today we're playing a game called Godslayer Arena.
Godslayer Arena.
From what I understand, this game is like if you took Diablo 2 and you made it a roguelike autobattler.
Okay.
And it sounded pretty neat. I was a big Diablo 2 guy back in the day. So I'm into it, so I'm willing to give it a shot. So we're going to go in blind as we always do.
I played a fair bit of Diablo 3.
I played that too, but I liked 2 the best of them, personally.
All right.
We're going to be playing this as a Raging Bloodlord because that's what's available in this demo.
Okay.
Passively gain range while in combat. Berserk upon reaching maximum range while berserking. You get bonus spell power, mana regen, attack speed, and basic attacks cleave.
Okay.
I like it. Domain selection. God's domain. Nothing special here. That guy looks pretty special to me. I don't know. He's ready to bite you.
Gate 1, no gate effects applied. Plus tutorial.
Yeah, we'll keep the tutorial check because we're gonna figure it out.
We're about that life.
Yes.
Unlike a lot of the peoples on the interwebs.
In Godslayer Arena, all combat actions are completely automated. Your hero will perform basic attacks and cast any spells you've equipped until the end of combat. Spells are acquired from the spell shop while in the planning phase. You may select one of 3 spells offered to you in each shop. Drag spells from your spell reserve onto your main spell bar in order to equip them. During combat, one spell is automatically granted 10 mana per second. Spells cast after they gain enough mana. Spells gain mana from left to right. In other words, after a spell cast, the next spell to the right starts gaining mana. Okay.
Okay. So that is different from many of these types of games.
Interesting. Alright, so here's our spells. We got a fireball. Fireball towards 2 random enemies. The fireball explodes on colliding with an enemy, dealing 40 damage in an area.
Okay.
Shoot one additional fireball with 120 somethings.
Purple. Okay.
Death Pulse. Passive. Autocast a spell whenever you detect an enemy hex. Or deflect an enemy hex. Yeah. Active. Conjure an ethereal portal at a random enemy's location. The portal fires a spread of 3 projectiles towards the enemy, each dealing 15 damage.
I'll also say that both of those spells had like traits on them that so like this one, enemies resurrect the skeletons that fight for you and gain bonus hex deflection score.
Because it's an auto battler, so there's like sets, and this is how they do it. So this is Enigma, Phantom, and Infernum.
Okay, Infernum is left and rightmost Infernum spells gain refill bonus spell power.
Just bonus spell power, and then bonus evasion.
Okay. Like Death Pulse having friendos.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's got bonus hex deflection, which seems pretty good considering it auto-casts the spell whenever you deflect the hex.
True. And then Razor Blade deals 50 damage to surrounding enemies. And then with 120 something or others, teleport to a random enemy and cast with 50% increased area.
Okay. Traits gains additional resonance, whatever that is.
And then increased area of effect. Reaver spells have a chance of casting with additional spell power and area of effect.
Okay. So I like both of those.
Death Pulse is the cheapest. It's 10, 10, and 8.
Yes.
Look, you like friendos?
I like friendos.
Let's do friendos.
So place spell here.
Boop. Okay, so we've bought our spell. It says refresh to receive new spell choices, but we don't have any.
Yeah.
So
enter battle.
All right. So now he's gonna do his thing.
He's gonna run forward and stab things, and every so often he's just gonna shoot random phantom bolts.
Yep.
There's a chance that enemies could come back as skeletons for us.
Our rage is happening, so now we do AoE damage, and we're angrier about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say it looks like. Oh, we have 1 point of Necro Weave. I think we need 3 in order to gain the skeleton.
Correct. So we need to keep getting stuff like that. Your shop automatically refreshes at the start of each planning phase, allowing you to select another spell. You also gain 1 additional shop refresh, which must be used before you can start combat.
Oh.
Spells level up whenever you have 3 of the same spell. Spells can reach level 3, requiring you to have 3 level 2 spells.
Okay, so just like an auto battler.
Each spell comes with a different set of traits. Traits gain unique effects if you equip enough, just like an Autobattler. Understanding which spells belong to which traits will be key to survival. While you learn the game is recommended to focus on searching for 1 or 2 main traits. We're doing that.
Yeah.
That said, I don't see any of...
Yep.
The other one is Ward. Yeah, I don't see any of that either.
Yeah,
well,
no
we
Necro
got
Weave,
we
no
got a
Ward.
reroll, but let's look at what we got
That's
here.
true.
Summon a great sword to swing into a random group of enemies, dealing 55 damage in an area. Spell power increases both damage and area of effect. Very cool.
Casting Twilight spells generates combo, which is consumed by non-Twilight spells for additional power.
Okay.
Okay.
A bolt battery. For every 2 projectile spells you cast, grant the spell to the right 3 power until the end of combat, passively. And then active autocast a random projectile spell at 75% spell power.
Huh. That's pretty good.
And
then
Oracle gives other spells mana randomly, and then Electros is when you cast an Electro spell, conjure lightning bolts.
Okay. I don't hate that.
Then Dusk Bullet, fire 2 projectiles towards your current target, dealing 40 damage. And then at 130 something or others, fire 2 additional projectiles. The next projectile spells you cast gains this effect.
Okay.
That has Twilight, which we've seen. Soul Walker, lose less rage while berserking. Additionally, gain bonus SP while in berserk.
Okay.
And then Executioner, spells deal increased damage, which further increases the lower your target's health is.
Okay.
All right, so I say either Mythical Strike or reroll for my money. I mean, I don't hate Bolt Battery either.
Yeah,
but,
I don't hate any of these, but I'm also okay with a reroll. Can we grab one and then still do a reroll?
I don't
Should we?
think so, but we could test.
We could potentially test.
I
assume it's 1 per shop.
Yeah, I would have to imagine it's 1 per shop.
But
I like the passive for this combined with this, since this fires 3 projectiles, and this is for every 2 projectiles. Grants a spell to the right 3 spell power, so...
Well, for every 2 projectile spells you cast.
Yeah, I suppose. But
that just means that it goes off every other time. I think that's a good one. Why don't we? All right, let's test things. Why don't we grab the bolt battery? Can we rearrange the spells that are there?
I was able to reroll, and looks like we can go again.
Grab a second one. So I think we grab a second bolt battery then, right?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. We can drag a spell here. Can we move? Yeah. And it looks like we can only hold 2 at the moment.
Okay. Oh yeah. So they just. Okay.
So we hold that in the spell reserve. Okay. Cool.
All right. Good to know. Oh man, we are just sitting in this AoE pile.
Yeah.
Oh, but now we're mad about it. I'm interested to see how this is going to go once we get some synergies rolling.
Right.
And more spell slots.
Yeah, that too.
Experience is turned at the start of each planning phase. When you accumulate enough experience, your hero levels up, increasing the amount of spells you can equip. Additionally, higher tier spells will start to appear in your spell shop. By default, you earn 10 experience per stage. More ways of earning experience will appear as you progress.
Okay. Well, there's already a third. Well, we should look at what those are, but there's a third bolt battery right there, which is hard to say no to.
Fire 2 electric projectiles towards your cart, doing 30 damage. Fire 1 additional projectiles.
And that is Electros.
Yeah. And then the bolt battery. And then drain. Gain 30 attack damage for 6 seconds. Additionally, basic attacks grant the spell you're currently casting 3 spell power to its next cast.
That's kind of cool.
All right. But I think we definitely bolt battery.
I will also say, nice little touch. If you just look at the spells in the shop, there's little blue glowy aura saying, "Hey, you already have some of this."
Yeah. All right. So now, at level 2, You autocast a random spell at 100% power.
Nice. Okay.
All right. We have none of these.
None of those symbols. Well, there's the Mythical Strike again.
Passive, gain 50 health. Active, deal 100 damage to 3 random enemies. If this kills at least one enemy, increase the spell's passive health bonus by 1. Interesting.
Okay, and then it wants to do Frostcraft and Spirit, which we have none of.
Yeah. Grant the closest area spell 30% increased area and 15% increased bonus power for the next cast. The 5th time this is cast in combat, gain 15% increased damage until the end of combat.
And unfortunately, we currently don't have any areas, any Infernum, or any Beast Caller.
And then Mythical Strike, which is fine.
Yeah. So I think if we want, we can take any one of those to just put in the 3rd slot for now, but I also don't think
Yeah.
we're going to keep them long term necessarily.
Yeah, it's definitely a short-term scenario, but it's what we got. Okay. It's interesting that oh yeah, so this doesn't get any damage in the damage tracker because it by itself doesn't do anything. It's just causing death pulse to death pulse more.
Correct. And slowly making it stronger.
Okay.
I will say, currently, our basic attacks are still doing more damage than anything else we've got going.
Correct.
And Mythical Strike, getting no boosts, is outperforming Death Pulse.
Also correct. But ideally, Death Pulse really wants to deflect hexes and do things.
Right.
Any damage taken in combat is fully restored when you reach the next planning phase. You start each one with 3 lives. If your health falls to 0 in combat, 1 life is consumed to fully restore your health.
Cool.
Select an item.
All right.
Combat start, gain 250 health for each tier 1 spell you have equipped.
Well, oddly enough, we have 2 tier 1s and a tier 2 already.
And then Little Friend, your tier 1 attack spells deal 25% increased damage. When combat ends, get a random tier 1 attack spell.
That's cute, but we like upgrading our stuff, don't we?
Yeah, I agree. After 10 fights, gain a bunch of health, evasion, and hex deflection.
Ooh.
After 10 fights, gain 15 shop refreshes. Jeez.
Dang.
And tier 1 spells grant 40 shield on cast, and additional shop refresh at the start of each fight. The first shop refresh each fight offers only tier 1 spells.
Wow, so the left and the right things are both like tier 1 stuff.
Yeah, this middle one has hex deflection, so if we want to go into that.
Yeah, this middle one is weird because for the next 9 fights, we get nothing from this.
But then we
will be very strong. So I like that. Ooh,
do you want more shop refreshes or more experience?
So the additional shop refreshes means that we can go hunting for the things that we need.
Yes.
But versus 20 experience is nice. It's a third of a level.
Yes.
So
the faster we level, the more higher level spells will appear in the shop.
Plus obviously a level gives us more equip slots. So I don't know. I'm on the fence.
I'm gonna go for the refreshes just so we can try to find the builds that we want here.
Yeah, because look at this immediately where we're like, hey, cool new things that don't match what we're doing.
Yeah, Toxic Totem. So, poison stuff. Cryo Heart again. And Fireball again.
At least the Fireball's a projectile spell, so that technically works with the scroll. But we've got 3 refreshes.
Well, I think we just take and then refresh and take and refresh. And
that's true. So I guess of those, we take the Fireball because it's a projectile.
Okay. If we don't want to keep leveling up the Bolt Battery, the Dusk Bullet is another Twilight, and the Shock Blast is another Electros.
Yeah, and they're both projectiles. Or we can keep leveling up the scroll if you want. It'll take a lot to get it to level 3, so that's...
You know what? I'm going to go Shock Blast here.
Okay.
Oh. We can level up our Death Pulse a little bit.
Death Pulse. That's a tier 3 spell.
Tier 3. Spawn 3 electric orbs that revolve around you. Lightning orbs deal 120 damage over 4 seconds to enemies it passes through.
It is an area spell.
Oh, and it's a ward.
Oh, and it's a ward.
All right.
And
So
now what's that middle one though? Because that's also a tier 2 spell.
Oh, I can't look at it anymore.
It's a tier 2 spell, and it looked like a heal, which
for some reason I thought I can look at it after the fact. And
all right, so I say we pull the sword off and put the bolt. Yeah, put that and the electric bolt on there, because that gets us Electros and ward online.
Yeah. So this is whenever an electro spell is cast, conjure lightning bolt. 3 lightning bolts that deal 60 damage, because we have 2.
Okay.
And ward is hex deflection score. We just get 100 hex deflection score.
Whew.
All right.
Wow. And then later on, ward becomes also an offense. Interesting. Okay, cool.
Let's see. Grant the spell to the right 3 power.
So do we want to...
Let's see. This I don't think is a projectile, but this is.
Correct.
So maybe I do something like that.
Do that for now.
Just to try it out.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Now let's just. All right. We're doing electricity things.
And then we put that up.
So far, so electric.
Oh, and something changed over on the right, so we're not seeing the damage counter anymore. This is our equipment screen. So maybe the hero stats and the damage tracker. There we go. Shock Blast and Volt Shatter are both doing pretty well. Oh.
They're both
very, very close to each other. And the basic attacks weren't far behind anyway.
The arena awaits you at the end of each stage. Enemies will quickly spawn in deadly waves, so make sure you're prepared for a tough fight.
Okay.
And then 3 more refreshes or 20 more experience. Well, the experience won't get us through the fight coming up. So you know what? I wanna set us up here.
Once again, there's a
you know what?
Bolt battery.
Let's just do that.
Hold on to it.
Nocturne is a projectile one, which would give us Doom Quiver.
Yeah, that's true.
Launch 3 projectiles that revolve around you, dealing 20 damage to all enemies hit.
Okay.
And then Shadowborn summons Shadow Minions. So it's another friendo.
So it's a shadow version of the electric orbs that we have. But unfortunately, if we take off the Electro Pulse, we lose ward. Although, do we need the ward right this moment?
Maybe not. I might hold on to it and then just like.
Yeah, I say we grab the Nocturne and see. That's a little sad.
Oh, we have a mythical strike, so maybe.
So take it, just to hold on to it.
Infernado. Conjure an infernal tornado at 2 random enemies' locations, dealing 80 damage over 2 seconds.
Okay. But none of that matches what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it because it's cool.
Yeah.
Power Transfusion is a Shadow Friend and an Oracle.
Oh, yeah.
Passive spell generates 100% more mana. Active grant 1 random spell 10 spell power. Subsequent cast target 1 additional spell.
Huh.
And then cut through slash. 65 damage in area. The spell gains bonuses depending on what types of spells it's placed next to. Area, projectile, passive, and buff.
Interesting. What's also fun is it's got Syntech as its first trait, which gives increased damage for each unique trait you currently have active, which theoretically...
Very interesting.
So that's a whole thing.
But we can have a Shadow Friendo right now.
We could, yeah. We'd have to take something off, obviously, but we'd have to take 2 somethings off if we want a Shadow Friend. That's that's currently the problem. So we'd lose Electros. No, because we only need 2 for Electros.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. This needs to be a projectile.
Yeah.
That's the only projectile we have, so.
That's currently only a projectile.
Well, it just says autocast a random projectile, so it would just be it's just got autocast Nocturne.
Correct, which is not necessarily bad.
So having it next to this and getting an extra spell power makes sense because I'll be casting this theoretically roughly twice as often. Okay. And then...
Oh, look at our little shadow friend is already on the field, right there.
Oh, he is not a little... That's a big shadow friend.
He is kind of big.
He's a big boy.
All right, then.
All right, well, let's see how this works. Get him, shadow friend. Oh. Seems to be doing okay for himself.
Yeah. I see down in the bottom there near our health, we're gaining green. Lots of green.
That's health regenerated.
Okay.
And we've evaded 3
evaded,
attacked, and the hexes
and
deflected is right there.
Okay. So we are still deflecting hexes, considering we don't have that high of a ward. But
Portals to the next zone appear after you clear an area. Keep an eye out for enemy modifiers present in each zone. Some modifiers will last for that zone only, and some will last for the entire run. Once you enter a new zone, you receive a gem depending on which zone you selected. Gems provide your spells with a variety of powerful effects. Gems can also be obtained through an item's artifact modifier.
Okay.
So, desert or desert. But one desert generates less rage. The other desert enemy hexes reduce your mana regeneration by 60% for a second.
Okay.
Let's see. Attack spells have extra reduced critical strike, chance and damage, and areas are reduced. Versus
which neither of those really hurt us that much.
Versus projectiles have reduced spell power, and you have 40% reduced health regen.
Yeah.
But for the left one, you get Executioner. On cast, fire a barrage of 6 missiles in all directions. Or Overflow, continuously grant this spell 1 mana per second. Grant the closest spell half of that. Overflow on something like Power Transfusion.
Could be very good, yeah.
I kind of like it.
I like it. Yeah, let's do it.
Gems are equipped by placing them onto a spell's gem slot. Each spell may only have 1 gem equipped, and gems can be unequipped with no limitations.
Oh, sweet.
So I think that goes right there. So I guess it's just going to ask us this all the time now. I'm going to keep going for the refreshes just because I want to see stuff.
Okay, that's 3 new stuff again.
Drain, we've seen that guy. Razor Blade, we've seen that. Phoenix Call, we've seen that.
Yeah, and we don't currently have any of them, so...
We have some Infernum things, so yeah.
Sure.
Surge, conjure electric field towards your target, dealing 50 damage in an area. If a mythical or godly enemy was hit, gain 25 attack damage for 6 seconds.
Okay, yeah, that's another Electros thing.
Vengeance full. Remove a spell to make room for a new one.
Ah, okay.
So now, can we like... Okay, so then it's just
discard spell. Okay.
Okay. Ooh, we're getting close to leveling that one.
That's enough to level the sword if we care.
Might as well.
If nothing else, it takes it.
Yeah.
Take out a spell slot. Ooh, second Bolt Shatter.
Okay. Well, we're getting there, but we're gonna stick with this current loadout. All right. Just looking at the mana, doing mana things. I think we're definitely casting more than average.
I think so. Volt Shatter's doing work up there.
Look, that's why we gotta level it up. We're close. Mastery spells are unique spells offered to you once per game. They don't use space on your board like normal spells do, and they're not offered in the spell shop. Each option can only be rerolled once. You can be offered an upgrade for your mastery spells as you progress through the dungeon. Grant yourself and all allies 40 attack damage for 6 seconds. It itself is a Necro Weave and a Breaker.
Yeah.
Electro Core, if you want to stick with electric. Launch 2 randomly aimed projectiles, each dealing 60 damage. Additionally, grant adjacent spells 10 spell power for 1 cast.
But don't they not go on our board?
They don't count towards our total card limit, but I do think they go on the board.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then Blood Bolt, short range blood projectiles, dealing 40 damage with refill 1. Your mana orbs fill this spell multiple times before proceeding to the next spell.
Oh, interesting. Weird. So we'd fire off 2 blood bolts and then go to the next spell. I think, as much as I enjoy the idea of the Necro Weave, I feel like we're starting to move more into electric.
It's true. Getting the Electro Core won't do anything for us this second. And also, we do have a Shadow Friend now, and while it's not Necro Weave...
That's true.
It is an ally.
We theoretically could, yeah.
Blood Bolt has Doom Quiver, which would, right now, if we keep our current lineup, give us another Doom Quiver, which would give us an extra projectile for...
True, but currently only... Well, I guess Blood Bolt itself is also another projectile.
Yes.
But currently, Nocturne's the only projectile one that we're doing.
But we're casting it twice, because
that is true.
The Bolt Battery is essentially nocturning twice. Not that it does as much damage as other things currently.
Correct.
Currently,
Volt Shatter is our big one, which...
Also, is this like a reroll? The icon underneath the card? Can I...
Oh, maybe.
Oh, it is. Hemothorn. Passive. Gain 5% increased rage for each unique card trait you have. Launch a split projectile towards your current target, dealing 75 damage. This projectile moves from side to side as it travels to its destination.
That is cool, but I think that's definitely less than these other ones.
Hate Claw. Whenever you cast or auto-cast an area spell... Oh, we don't do area spells.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we do 1 area spell. Volt Shatter is our area spell.
Yeah, which is currently our biggest damage.
Yeah.
By a fairly wide margin.
But it's just passive.
But all that does, and it passively gains us rage, which...
And I guess this is also an area spell, so...
I suppose that's true.
This Electros won't give us anything yet. But it will eventually.
It will eventually. And once we hit level 5, we're going to put another electric spell on.
So you know what? We'll do it.
Okay, so we want to slide that
launch
between 2 spells, right?
If we want to put it here, that means that it will cast itself more, and then this will make it cast it, which will give its spell power to this, which will cast this harder, I think.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. We can give it a try and see.
Select a resonance reward. Health and evasion, 2 random level 2 tier 1 spells, or area spells gain more power. Skipping resonance rewards grants you more powerful rewards the next time they're offered.
Ooh.
That's spicy.
Yeah, but I will say, I don't necessarily think that any of these are amazing.
Well, I'm willing to skip.
I'm willing to spice.
I'm gonna get the experience here.
Yeah, I feel like the refreshes are nice, but
the next level coming up soon. Oh,
yes,
we get the Volt Shatter without even looking at anything else. Rewinding Arrow. Fire an arrow aimed at your current target, dealing 60 damage to all enemies hit. Chrono Doom Quiver. Torment. Fires 3 projectiles towards your target, each dealing 45 damage. For every 4 buff spells cast as combat, fire an additional projectile. And then a Dusk Bullet again. I think I like the idea of Rewinding Arrow, although, like, none of these are super exciting.
You're right.
So, meh.
Yeah.
Alright. And then once we get one more spot, I think we're going to be really, really in the sauce. Our minion getting some work done.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Electrocore is also just going nuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that's electro. Now note that Electrocore is getting the double effect from Bolt Battery.
Yes.
Although the Bolt Battery's on the list now.
So it is.
Huh.
Enemy attacks can be evaded depending on your evasion score. The higher your evasion score, the higher chance you can avoid an attack. No limit on how high your evasion score can reach. Hex spells are created by your enemies that deal large bursts of damage. These hexes can be deflected by your hero, causing enemies standing inside the hex to take 8% increased damage for 6 seconds. Chance of deflecting a hex is dependent on your hex deflection score. Similar to evasion, there's no limit on how high it can reach.
Okay.
No. I mean, just
hit level 5.
Let's go for the extra refreshes here.
Okay.
And then let's immediately start using them because I don't want any of this.
Yeah.
Ice Shade Missile. Let's see. Every third time the spell is auto-cast, or cast or auto-cast, fire 2 additional missiles. That's interesting. And it's a Shadowborn. I could theoretically do that instead of Nocturne and still keep 2 Shadowborn.
That's true. You'd lose the Doom Quiver, but yeah. Now I will also note that the Ice Shade Missile is a lower tier if we care about that necessarily.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think. Look, we have no space anyway. Let's just skip it then. Heck with it. Well, I mean, we can make space just by.
I'm already thinking that we take the Nocturne out anyway and just replace it with. Oh, but we need.
Oh, actually, maybe. We need one more electric thing to get maximum electric because we have Shock Blast, but we don't have another electric thing.
Right. Could we theoretically put 2 of the same? Like, excuse me. Like, could we put down a second scroll just to put it down there? And does that count? That doesn't count.
It does not count
for the electros. Okay, that's good to know. Hey, look. That's not electric.
Hey, look, that's not electric. Siphoning Aura. While Siphoning Aura is active, gain health regen. That's very neat. Glacial Step. Dash towards a random enemy's location, doing icy explosion nonsense.
That sounds pretty cool. But we're going electric today.
I'm gonna do that instead of that. Just just so we have a backup plan.
Do we hold the Nocturne? Although, if we get another electric, I think the Nocturne is the one that's going to go, right?
Yes. I think Death Pulse is finally time.
Okay. We can get rid of both of them just a pre-game. Do we grab the Nocturne?
Yeah. If we don't find an electric and we level up the Nocturne, that's still gain.
Yeah.
Like, look at that.
Hey, look.
Well, it's like we could get the power transfusion. And honestly, we should get the power transfusion now that I say that, because I think that's going to be here more long term.
I agree.
So, all right. Not as we envisioned it, but we're still at 4 Electros, so that's doing 5 lightning bolts that deal 70 damage every time that goes off. Oh, I saw deflected. No, we're doing decent AoE damage. We're still nowhere near even thinking about dying. Okay.
Most of our spells are kind of working together here.
Spell power determines strength of your spells, is denoted at the bottom right of your spell. Spell power affects spells in various ways, such as damage and buff strength. Area spells gain more bonus area equal to 100% of their mana cost.
We currently have 2 or 3
Let's
Is that an
see.
area?
That is not an area. It's just these last two. This is an area, and this is an area.
Okay.
Legion Gem. Gain a gem. Grant this spell and adjacent spells plus 10 mana cost and plus 60 spell power.
Okay.
Whenever you auto-cast a spell, gain 20 attack damage for 5 seconds, which, whenever we bolt batter, we would do that.
Yeah.
Gain a gem. Mana block the spell. After every 5th attack, auto-cast it at 50% spell power.
Okay.
Interesting. And rapid fire bow. Projectile spells fire 3 additional projectiles after casting 10 times. And then recursion gem. Gain a gem for refill 3. So you could cast the spell 3 times. Huh.
Which, to be fair, we have an electric projectile.
Yeah, electric core is a projectile.
So making it so that gains refill 3, so that we just super load that.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all, actually.
And then after it casts 10 times, it fires 3 extra copies of itself.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that, and then let's fish.
Okay.
We finally found another Necroweave.
Dang it.
But let's.
Yeah, that's whatever.
That's another level 2. I got it overexcited because I was like, that's the level 3. It's not level 3. Barrage is new. Fire 100 bullets over 3 seconds in random directions. Each bullet does 30 damage to the first enemy hit. Afterwards, fire 20 piercing bullets in all directions. Bonus projectiles add 5 additional piercing bullets. Jeez. Just bullets go burr.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I will say, the funny thing about that is that goes well with that gem that we just picked up. Or not the gem, but the relic.
Yeah.
The bow. Right, because the bow is extra projectiles. Oh, hey, there's the hand back again.
The golden dart. Explodes, dealing 40 damage in a small area. Yada yada. Mana bond. Mana block of the spell to the left. Basic attacks have 50% chance of granting it 2 mana. None of these are extra electric. We need to find one more electric thing.
Yes.
And we can really go nuts.
Correct. We'll get there. So what is the necro the bolt in the middle of our spells doing at the moment for us?
The bolt in the middle of our spells.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it already. The one that's the 80 health, the 80 mana. No, that we have equipped.
This one
to the right of that.
Nocturne.
Nocturne. There we go. We currently need that for our shadow friend.
Correct.
That's what I was looking at. Because I was like, could we replace that with the electric bolt just to have that in play?
Yeah. But it's fine.
Okay. Just gotta find 2 more scrolls and then another electric spell of some.
Also, leveling again will be nice. If we level again, we'll have even more space to get all these synergies in. You got to do the dance. You got to figure out, like, you want your synergies, so getting lots of rerolls is nice, but leveling is also important. I should be doing some more leveling.
Oh, check the numbers again just to see.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize it went off. Oh, yeah. Electric Core is going nuts.
Which, I mean, we kind of knew it would. So, do we keep hunting because we're...
I'm gonna get for the experience because getting higher level options I think is gonna also be important.
It's good too. That said, if we're looking for 2 more scrolls, they are level 1 scrolls.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna find 2 more of those, we should find them early. We don't need any of that. Ooh, what do you?
Bloodthirst. Strike to a deterrent target doing 40 damage in a small area. This hits a mythical or godly enemy with a critical hit. Begin recasting the spell and granted 5 bonus spell power until the end of combat.
Neat.
Alright, and continue to move on. Get him, minion.
This is fight 10 of 20 for the demo.
Yes. But we're moving along a bit faster because, the beginning was
Yeah, we were
teaching.
learning. Now we know. Now we know what we're looking for.
Yeah, now we know what we're doing. All right. We get into berserk mode. Things start happening. Zips start zapping. Oh, we're berserk. Oh, Electrocore broke 10k. It's happened.
Well, yeah, it's because every time that we cast it 4 times. I'm sorry, 5 times.
Yeah. And every time we cast it, adjacent things get more spells, and the thing next to it is causing it to cast more. So the enemies have 20% chance of spawning 1 tier higher. Fights in the zone spawn 3 Banshees, a godly enemy who attacks deal 200% more damage. Your shields are 40% less effective. But we get Union. Refill 2 on cast. Grant all spells that share a trait with this spell 6 spell power for 1 cast. Ooh.
Which would be pretty good for the Electros.
And then nerfs to buff and evasion. Mana block the spell. Every other attack grant the spell, and an adjacent spell 1 mana. But
so note that mana block means that it won't cast on its own normally the way that they currently do.
But with attacks, it'll
cast eventually.
But Infernal Lacing's a new area, and I like the idea of unioning something.
Yeah. And we're not really doing shields, so.
Starting at level 6, your spell reserve will increase in size as you level up.
That's helpful.
All right. We're getting there.
Do we again?
Yeah.
Get the XP to go faster. Okay.
I'm gonna do it. All right. So maybe over here.
Yeah, because I think the Void Shatter's the other one that our minion's doing pretty good now because he can outpace the non-Electrocore thing.
I could also bolt battery to cast
put it
range
up
spells that go harder. Projectile. So that means it will cast one of these 2, which means potentially more Electrocore.
True.
You know what?
Go try it.
All the Electrocore.
Okay.
Let's see. Shadow Fang. Hit a hard unit with the highest health. If it crits, do more damage. But we don't need that. Fireball, Infernato, and Corrosive Bile. Which is neat and all, but...
Yep, but not what we're doing.
So, having so much refill on various things just means that going through our progression takes a minute because we stop at the beginning for a while.
Yeah. Because again, we're casting the scroll 4 times. Then we're casting the Electrocore 5 times. Then we move on to the rest of our spells. Now, we have things that are letting those now. We are, for the first time, getting a little beaten on health here.
Well, they did say that this was going to be a harder area, but
It's true.
But we heal. Okay, so now we can level up our Electrocore. Fire 2 additional projectiles, increase base damage to 75. Or this spell no longer fires projectiles. Gain refill 4 and reduce the spell's mana cost to 3.
So we don't want B.
We don't want B. It's an interesting thought, but we don't.
I love the concept of it, but we don't want it for what we're doing. Extra projectiles and more damage. That's yes.
This is just if you want it to go super buff mode and just
correct.
But
at that point, if you go super buff mode and you drop the scroll entirely.
Yeah. Okay, so we can
20 experience is a level.
Yeah. So and that gives us the extra slot to put something down, so I can.
So, yep.
I can put
that is a projectile for what it's worth, so we got to keep that in mind.
Let's see. We don't need any of this.
Nope.
We just need to find one more electric thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, a cutthroat slash or something like that, could be interesting because we don't need another electric right now. It's like, well, I guess it's whenever electro spell is cast, we do extra stuff.
Yeah.
But we don't need it because the next level up is
one more
than
beyond that.
So it's like
Correct. But more electric, like you said, just triggers that more often.
I suppose.
Yeah, I don't think we need any of it, honestly.
Yeah,
just grab whatever we want and hold.
Hold it just for now, and then.
Yeah.
And then away we go. Oh, well, it's a big cat dog.
Yeah, like a Cerberus.
It's like a Cerberus, but it was like a mountain lion almost.
Yeah.
Enemies are getting bigger and angrier.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed? Oh, look at this whole group of people.
Yeah.
But we're making our way through them.
Yeah. I mean, electric core is doing work.
All right, we're angry again. Yeah. So we are all in invested on electrocore. Each hero you play has a unique passive ability. Raging Bloodlord periodically enters a state of Berserk, granting the benefits such as attack speed, spell power, and mana regen. Each hero also has a unique set of mastery cards to choose from.
Yes, which we just got.
Alright, so we're going to go for the refreshes, because we really got to search here.
Yeah. Don't need those.
Don't need those.
What are you?
We can use Nocturne.
That's true.
Summon Spectre. 6 projectiles aimed at your current target, each dealing 100 damage to your target, and it's Necroweave. That would have been nice if we got it earlier.
We've done that, yeah, but get a third Nocturne, just level that up.
We could do that. That's a level 4. Chains of Madness. Conjure a set of ethereal chains to a random enemy's location, dealing 85 damage to all enemies hit. Very fancy. Let's see. Equilibrium. All spells to the left gain 25% increased area. All spells to the right gain +1 projectile. Randomly select either the left or right side. Grant the 3 closest spells to that side 20 spell power on the next cast.
Dang.
Neat. That's it. I like Chains of Madness.
Oh, Balatro.
Dark Gambit. Okay. Magical set of cards. Soulbind. Whenever you cast an adjacent spell, grant 2 random spells that share a trait with it 10 bonus spell power for the next cast. Grant adjacent attack spells 10% increased crit chance and damage for the next cast. Grant adjacent non-attack spells 4 mana.
Okay.
It's also an Oracle, which we could get another set bonus for, because that goes up for each one you get.
That is true.
So instead of the Shock Blast, we could Soulbind. Yeah, I don't hate that.
And if we're gonna do that, we swap that out and then slide that way over to the left next to the electrocore.
Yeah, like put it like by this Nocturne essentially.
Yeah, put it to the left of the Nocturne.
To the left of it.
Yes, we want that adjacent to spells that we're casting a lot.
Yeah.
Whenever you cast an adjacent spell.
But this one specifically wants to be to the left of this.
Yeah, that's fine. So we just put that new spell to the right of electrocore.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna put it, and then you said no.
No.
And that was my whole thing. And you're just like, no, don't put it there. That's where I wanted to put it.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I don't know why the confusion.
Yeah, I don't know. That's where I was putting it, and you're just like, not there. It's another electric spell, but not a new electric spell. But
it is a level. It can help level up the one we got.
Okay. So we got more oracles. We got more electros. We have the exact same amount of shadowboard.
That's true. And we're going to lose that shadowboard if we're going for Electros 6 or
Unless we get
Potentially
even more
higher.
spell slots, but
Yeah.
Shadowborn is not our priority now.
Correct.
We're
I like the minion friend, but I feel like we can do a true minion build
yeah.
in the future. We're all in on electro core.
The game gave us electricity, so we gotta electrify. And we're still cruising right through here. Enemies come in various rarities to determine your overall strength. From weakest to strongest, enemies can be common, royal, mythical, and godly. Mythical enemies are shown with the purple skull icon next to their health bar. Similarly, godly enemies are shown with an orange skull.
Oh.
Okay. Every 10 seconds, cast Spell Shield. Surround yourself with a defensive aura, gaining 100 hex deflection score. After 5 seconds, detonate the area, dealing 200 damage and stunning nearby enemies. And then Fairy Dust. Whenever you deflect an enemy hex, grant 3 random spells, 1 spell power, and 3 mana.
There's a whole thing with the ward that we started with.
Yeah. 75 evasion, and then a volley gem. On cast or autocast, fire 5 missiles at random enemies, each one dealing 50 damage. Fire an additional missile for every 20 attacks you've evaded during the current combat. And then gain between 5 to 30 health regeneration based on your missing health. And then Resurgence Gem. Spell continuously generates between 1 and 3 bonus mana per second based on your missing health.
Honestly, I think the Undying Vest is fantastic for what we're doing. Because it's mana for a spell that's not being normally cast, and considering we're so front loaded on the first 2 spells, and it'll let something else gain mana too.
Yeah.
And health regen is good.
Alright, so let's do Undying Vest then.
Yeah.
What do we put the Resurgence Gem on?
The new one that you just put up, maybe?
The Soulbind here?
Because what's its active again?
Attack spells, crit chance, and non-attack spells 4 mana. But it's next to 2 attack spells, so.
That's true. Although, do we care where the Nocturne is? Because the one to the right of the Nocturne is a Soulbind's a buff, right? Could we move the Nocturne to the far right? Do we need it where it's sitting?
No, we can move it.
Yeah, so we could technically have that adjacent to the power transfusion, so that it's boosting that one.
Yeah, okay. So something like
something like that.
Get out of the way.
And then take the Resurgence Gem and boost a whole.
Oh, the Resonance Award. That's slightly better. Well, now we can get more evasion because evasion stacks.
Yeah. So health and evasion.
9 refreshes and a bunch of tier 1 spells, which would theoretically help get Bolt Battery to area spells, gain 25 spell power, or duplicate any tier 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 spell 1 time.
Or we could be the spiciest that's spiced and skip again. But we're only going to 20s. I feel like we take this one.
You know what? I'm just going to get the...
Health evasion.
Put you there. Get the refreshes.
Oh, there's another scroll.
Oh, we just need 1 more.
Yeah, so we gotta sell the bubbles or something. Yeah, that works. Still not electric.
Don't need you. Also, look. Do you see how many rerolls we have right now?
Yeah, there's 1 or 2.
What happened?
I don't know. Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, the thing that we forgot about a million years ago.
Yeah, our first relic. Our crown went off. Ooh, that is electric. It's not a new one, but we'll take that. Ah, we got so strong.
We
can take the middle one, yeah. We can take the bolt. So we just get rid of the. Do we get rid of the chain, as sad as it is? We're not going for it this round.
I mean, the chain is probably better than Nocturne, but Nocturne's leveled up.
Yeah, but the chains are still a higher tier. Even
well, that's why I'm saying, like, dude, I could just.
Do we just swap it out?
Dude, what if we did something like that?
We could do that. It's like we don't need the Nocturne. We only need 2 Shadowborn. And even then, we don't need the Shadowborn at all.
Let's see. We don't need any of that.
No. Now, what the heck are you?
Time dilation. Reduce enemy attack speed. Generate 3 bonus mana per second for 5 seconds. Interesting.
Huh. Don't need any of it.
We do need Soulbind.
Yep, so we'll just sell the Nocturne. Oh, interesting.
Boom.
That's not the one I would have thought you would have sold.
Yeah, look, it's fine.
Oh, what's that Moonblade beam? Look at that thing.
Crescent Flare. Volley of 8 projectiles in all directions, dealing 50 damage to enemies hit. After a short delay, dash towards a random enemy and pull the projectiles back to your location.
Okay.
Fancy. It's a level 4 spell. But
Yeah, I don't need it.
I'm not convinced.
Another level 4 spell.
Wrath. Whenever you cast any other attack spell, auto-cast a spell at 50% spell power. That's cool.
That's cool. So for the record, you can hover over where it says Electros on the left.
Yeah.
That shows all of the cards. There is one electric spell that we're missing. Actually, no, there's 2.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Oh, and there's 2, and one of them is locked.
Yeah, so
there is one more that we could potentially find. There's the scroll.
Boom.
Boom. 125% spell power.
All right. It's ready to rock and or roll.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "What if you had more?" I don't think we need more.
I don't think we can take more. I don't think it'll let us re-upgrade. Oh, dare.
Flame Demon.
Cool.
Neat.
Oh, there's another.
Yeah, well,
beautiful.
level you up.
Cool.
Uh,
Bottle of poison.
Passive. Adjacent spells have 25% reduced spell power, but generate plus 40% bonus mana.
Ooh, there's some cool things you could potentially do with that. Not today, but.
All right. Well,
All right.
we tried.
We rock with what we got. We also gained other things from that crown. It was like what, health and
Hex.
Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hex retaliation or whatever it's called. I've already forgotten. and we gained some health, I think. But then we can hover over the crown in a minute and double check.
It's true.
It'll tell us. It's over on the equipment on the right hand side above the damage target. Yeah, right there. After 10 fights, 750 health, 60 evasion, 60 X deflection.
Nah.
And then all those shop re-rolls.
More refreshes.
Yep, we don't need those.
Oh.
Silence.
50% increased damage for 4 seconds. For 5 seconds, whenever you hit an attack, deal 100 damage to the attacker.
Interesting.
Very interesting, but we don't need it.
We don't need it.
Crumble.
Oh,
Crumble, not grumble.
Nah, it says grumble.
Oh. Zone of Angry.
Yeah. You want the scroll again?
I just wanted one more electric attack. That's all I want.
I'm willing to bet it's the high tier electric attack.
It's probably, but gimme.
So we need to level up to get it, maybe.
Gimme, I want it. I take the last Oracle too. There's one more Oracle.
Yeah, haven't seen that one either. It's on the far right.
Oh, our Shadow Friend's about to die.
Oh dang.
Shadow Friend is no more.
That's true.
He has ceased to be. He's a former Shadow Friend.
He is an ex-friend. Well, no, he's still a friend. But...
Also, 105 enemies left, and where our health is going down.
Nah, we're fine.
Well, I think the game has decided that it's serious time now. Why are there so many angries?
Because we're getting towards the end of the game.
Ah. Oh, speaking of angries. We did survive. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little concerned.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Oh, the last area. We can go to a forest. Ranged enemies spawn a homing missile on death, dealing 20 damage. These missiles can be evaded. Whenever you gain a shield, increase the cost for random attack. We don't do shields. Projectiles fire 2 less. That's a little sad.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
But we're getting projectiles fire 2 less no matter where we go.
Oh yeah, that's true. And the one on the right also has reduced spell power on the projectiles.
Yeah. Leviathan, plus 15 mana cost, refill 1, fire 3 additional projectiles.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Or influx, which you see. Well, we haven't seen the forest yet, so let's go there.
Okay.
Let's get the extra
refreshers so we can look, or
yeah, I think we might have to level up to get to where we need to go, but I don't think we're gonna level up in time based on the demo. So it's like,
yeah, true. All right. Do we have any other projectile things currently equipped? Is the other thing.
Let's see. You're a projectile.
It's currently our only one.
Which is cool, because that means that Bolt Battery always casts it.
Yes, but that also means that the Leviathan gem that we just picked up doesn't do anything.
Unless we replace the refill 3.
Oh, yeah. And that makes sense, to make it refill 1 instead, but it fires more projectiles. And I think I'm okay with that.
And then I can give refill 3 to something else if I want to. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one having the free casts.
Yeah, and I like that.
That one's also free casting.
So
do we just give...
I don't know if anything needs refill 3, because that's... Spending more time on these spells means that we're spending less time on these spells.
Yeah, it's true.
So...
what do we have on that? On the scroll? What's the gem in there?
Refill 2, and then on cast grant all spells that share a trait with it plus 6 spell power for 1 cast.
Yeah, that's so much better.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think that refill 3 gem doesn't need to be spent. I think we're good. Another one of those. Ooh, another Volt Shatter. Don't need those. Nope.
So many bolt batteries.
So many bolt batteries. And then nope again.
All right. Onward.
Yeah.
All right. So, casting Electrocore takes a bit longer, but it's a bit spicier.
Yeah.
It's not as spicy as you would think, because it's plus 3 projectiles, but this area is minus 2 projectiles, so it's only 1 more projectile than we've seen before.
Right.
And it costs 15 more.
But it basically means that it can keep its damage up to where it was, despite the downside of the area.
Yes. It's just like, comparatively, it feels bad.
It does feels bad. It does feel
bad. It does
Yep.
feels bad.
It does feels bad.
I thought about it, and it does feels bad.
It does feels bad.
More refreshes, because why not?
Oh, that's new.
Pyro Burst. Whenever you deflect an enemy hex spell, deals 10 spell or gains 10 spell power for 3 casts. Fire an Infernal Laser, dealing 70 damage to enemies hit. Neat.
Cool. We need the tier 4 electric spell game. Ooh,
Champion Corpse. No.
Dang.
Explosions.
Oh, there it is!
There it is! When adjacent spells are cast, auto-cast this spell with spell power equal to 400% of the casted spell's mana cost. Active, gain 1% increased attack speed for the duration of combat. Refill 4. Okay, so we're...
Holy crap.
Alright, so... It's going instead of the Chains of Madness, because we still like Power Transfusion. So we're going to lose Shadow Friend.
Yeah, and that's fine. Alright, so now here's the question.
Adjacent spells are cast, auto-cast a spell, so...
So do we put that at the front of the list, in front of the scroll, in front of the bolt battery?
We could, just because this repeats a couple of times.
Because those are the 2 spells that we're casting the most, are the bolt battery and the electro core. But to the right of the electro core is what we've got boosting all of the damage of all of our Electros every time it goes off. It's like, I guess the downside of putting Frenzy in the front is that the start of battle will be us buffing a bunch of times.
Yes.
And then we'll go into our attacks. But we'll go into our attacks very, very buffed.
And this itself is just a buff. So, for attack speed.
Well, it's attack speed.
Yeah, and it'll cast this with spell power equal to 400%, which would just give us more attack speed. Because all this does is give us attack speed.
Correct.
That's all it does.
Right.
And it only costs 4 mana. So
it being in the front might not be the worst thing.
And then we can go real nuts.
Yeah. Give that crazy refill.
So this will have refill 7. It'll just go and then go nuts.
Yeah, so we'll basically start with.
Oh, we have to get rid of one of these two to get Electro 6
to get the other one. Right. So what is the Soulbind's giving us
crit chance and mana, but this gives us just mana to everything. It's granting spells spell power, and it generates more mana, and then its gem is continuously grant the spell 1 mana per second. So I guess I can move the gem if I don't want to keep power transfusion on it.
Yeah.
Whenever you cast an adjacent spell, grant 2 random spells that spell a trait with it, 10 bonus spell power for the next cast. So maybe I get rid of this. I keep the gem.
Yeah, keep the gem, but get rid of.
Do that.
Now the only downside, of course, is that is a projectile, which is just the saddest thing.
I know the fact that that's a projectile makes this sad.
But then we put the overflow into like that, I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think that should be good. And we still have 2 refreshes. Nothing. All
right. Well.
All right, let's do this. Electrocore was doing just shy of 50k. So we're starting with buffs. So then they immediately were just like, hey, big enemies to start the fight with.
Oh, I was wondering why we were going so slow. We lost all of our Oracle, which was helping our mana situation. I think we killed ourselves. That's sad. We have a life, so we're not
we've
toast.
got extra lives.
But yeah, I don't think the extra electric was worth it, because I think it cost too much. We had a system in place, and we messed up the ecosystem. I think we have to go back to what we had before.
Oh, that feels sad.
It's fine. We learned lessons. And the fact that we have lives means that we're not cooked. In fact, we're still not dead yet.
It's true. And we are regenning.
Oh, will the Berserk save us? We're holding on. Oh, jeez. God, we're fine. Never worried. Never worried. Okay. Hex deflection.
Magisoak.
Whenever you deflect a hex, gain 2 spell power. 10 seconds cast, Ardent Stance, gains 80 evasion score. With this active, each attack you evade grants you 3 maximum health. Whenever you cast Ardent Stance, grant all of your spells 3 mana. Ooh, I like that.
That's not bad.
And then you no longer regenerate health per second. Instead, every third basic attack instantly regenerates health equal to 200% of your health regeneration stat. And then,
so I will say, dumb thing that I don't know how neither of us thought of. We're gaining attack speed.
Yeah.
Which is just making our basic attacks better.
It's true. Which is fine, but it's not great. Well, I was mostly doing it because of the Electros, but in and of itself, isn't that good?
Yeah, it's good if you're doing a basic attack build, which, like, if we got the Vampiric Greaves, it could potentially do it.
But I think we go Spectral Walker all day. We swap back to the system we had before.
Yeah, I think so. Oddly enough, I think that more than the Frenzy messing us up, I think the Bolt at the end also messes us up.
Oh, I absolutely agree. It was a combination of the two.
So we need to make sure we have no projectile thing on there.
Let's see.
And in fact, do we have another Oracle thing?
Wait, actually, I gotta. Did I put the gem back? It did put.
It put it up top. Yeah.
Okay, so you go here. Come on. There we go. And then
we can either put the other spell back to get our Shadow Friend back, or do we have anything else that gives us Oracle, or can we get something else that gives us Oracle?
We're still looking for that last, because there's only 4 spells that give Oracle, and we haven't seen that 4th one yet.
That's true. All right, well, we got our rolls.
So nah.
All right, quick thought. Yeah. If we can't find one that gives us Oracle, can we find something that gives us like Breaker or Twilight or Spearhead? Like, we're sitting at a lot of ones over on the left there.
Yeah, but that would mess up our ecosystem potentially. It's like we're using all of these.
Well, the Chains of Madness is the only one that, because the only thing that's giving us is the Shadowborn.
Yeah.
So we could theoretically trade that out for something else that gives Shadowborn or...
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But...
just as a thought. So.
Hey, look, Frenzy.
Hey, another Frenzy. I mean, maybe we grab it just because... hey, that'll...
not quite.
No, it won't. We sell the Falling Blades and pick it up just to pick it up.
All right. But yeah, I think this is fine. I think we keep refill off again like we had before. And then, yeah, we
let this rock.
All right, now we see how much better this does compared to last time to see if we were correct in our thought processes. All right.
Yes, because the main thing here is that now Bolt Battery is forced to trigger Electrocore, as opposed to sometimes triggering the other one, which
is a lot sadder.
Yeah, much.
And our mana regen was so much slower because we didn't have Oracle, which is giving us mana boosts.
Yeah, it's allowing the other spells to cast, even though we're focused on the front ones.
Yeah, this setup is just so much better.
Because what is the benefit to Electros 6 over 4, other than just more? It's just
2 more lightning bolts that do more damage.
Yeah, that ain't worth it.
Let's see.
If we could get 3 more of those, that'll be another...
Nothing there that we're interested in.
No.
Nothing there.
Nothing. We see that's a trap.
Yeah, look, it's inventory space.
Sure. That's true.
I mean, we're not getting there, but...
No. Yeah. Oh, see, that's a new Oracle, dude. Would it? So that's an. Oh, we already. That's
that's the one we have.
Menegus. Did you just sell a Frenzy?
Yes, I did.
Dang.
We don't need it.
I just feel sad.
Look, sometimes you got to make the hard decisions. And no one wasn't even that hard because our basic attacks are not what we're doing.
Yeah, it's true.
We were blinded by high Electros. We should have just appreciated what we had. There's a lesson in there somewhere, I'm sure of it.
Yeah. That said, if we find that extra Oracle.
Yeah, if we can squeeze in an extra Oracle, I think that would be A-okay. But yeah, our current setup cooks.
Yeah, because the Chains of Madness are doing basically nothing for us. They're literally there to give us an extra minion at the moment. Like that's literally.
But the minions are second highest damage.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
He's trying his
Granted,
best.
it's a sixth of the damage of the Electrocore, but
look, he's trying his best.
Hey, projectile spells gain extra spell power.
You know what? Let's do it. Nope. We can fit you in.
You know what? Throw away the other frenzy. If you just go throw it.
No. Nope.
No, we don't need more.
Nope.
Hey, frenzy.
And nope. All right.
All right.
Final countdown.
Diddly-doo.
220 enemies remain. No, they're coming in from all sides.
Yeah, they're gonna surround us. It's a good thing our main attack
just
is
goes everywhere.
AoE.
Yeah. All right. Oh.
There goes the blood rage. Well,
yeah. They came in big and angry, but
we cleared them out mostly.
we're doing okay. Oh, we're doing a lot less okay.
Well, this is the break point essentially.
Oh, are we gonna actually die and lose a life?
Some people say it.
Oh, I think we're definitely dying. All right. One life down. I think we have enough lives to get through. But we did lose a health.
And we might not be done losing either.
Nah, I don't think we're gonna lose another one. I think we're okay.
It depends. Wave 20 could end with like a big angry boss thing.
They could, but look, you just gotta believe in ourselves. Oh, they're starting to pile up. Oh, but then
there you go.
and then they get
And we're
cooked.
done.
Yeah, and then we just stand there triumphantly.
Demo ending.
We successfully made it to the end.
Oh look, a tier 6 add to wish list.
Whoa!
Whoa! That's fair. That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Actually. I like that, Devs. That's a fun little addition.
Warning, may cause an irrational urge to share this game with your friends.
No, we did.
Nailed it. We did do that.
Yeah, we did just that.
So there you go. Godslayer Arena. That's a pretty fun game.
Going full electric, not as good as going electric with extra mana.
Yeah, we had a good build. We tried to mess with it. We almost had to pay the ultimate price. Although we had lives to spare at the end, so it didn't really matter. We were just making it dramatic for YouTube, that's all.
Yeah, that's
we knew it was going to happen. It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, yeah, very fun. I enjoyed that demo. You guys should let us know what you thought in the comments, as always. And I guess with that, we'll see you guys next time.
Okay, bye-bye.